Flashing lights in the dark barracks zone. Engines scream till the wild hearts succumb. Virtual roads where the asphalt sweat fire, chasing glory through the chaos of desire. Your TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment extreme. No TV, we're living the dream. Roaring engines, pixels bursting like flames. The digital warriors, no face, just names. Science going for the sweet finish line. Sweat-soaked battles outside space and time. Nerd TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment extreme. Nerd TV, we're living the dream. Roaring engines, pixels bursting like flames. Digital warriors, no face, just names. Tires going for the sweet finish line. Sweat-soaked battles outside space and time. Nerd TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment extreme. Nerd TV, we're living the dream. Strap me in, fuel me with untamed speed. Data in the storm, all the rush I need. Glitches on the edge, chaos in the stream. Sim racing paradise, unraveling the sea. Nerd TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment extreme. Nerd TV, we're living the dream. Flashing lights in the dark barracks zone. Engines scream till the wild hearts succumb. Virtual roads where the asphalt sweat fire, chasing glory through the chaos of desire. Your TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment extreme. Nerd TV, we're living the dream. Roaring engines, pixels bursting like flames. The digital warriors, no face, just names. Science going for the sweet finish line. Sweat-soaked battles outside space and time. Nerd TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment extreme. Nerd TV, we're living the dream. Roaring engines, pixels bursting like flames. Digital warriors, no face, just names. Tires going for the sweet finish line. Sweat-soaked battles outside space and time. Nerd TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment extreme. Nerd TV, we're living the dream. Tires screaming louder to the range. Fuel burns and glow up endless night. Fight to fight, we live the speed. Nothing defeats our endless need. Heartbeats pound and engines cry. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racers tearing through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm. Digital warriors breaking the norm. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racers tearing through the thunder soul.
And welcome live to Nerd TV for another OTSS Select Series race, live from the virtual Dover Speedway. We're going to go race number 8 of 12 for the inaugural 2026 OTSS Select Series race as we go countdown to green, presented by Icon Apparel Company. And we got an award to hand out. We got points to go over. We got track temps to go over, which is going to be on your left-hand side of your screen. Right now, it's 77 degrees in the air, 91 on the track. A little windy out here, but that should not be a factor because this is it's a really steep banking track with a lot of grandstands around it, so the wind should not play too much of a factor, and it's cloudy in course. You can see that around the track just because there's no sunlight really creeping through directly on the track. And 3 green, white checkered attempts, fixed setups, and that is Dover Motor Speedway. And my name is Jeremy Stanley, aka Jay Swifty on the interwebs. To my right hand side, person who's flying drones at 200 miles an hour, pressing all different sorts of buttons on his continued update box to where I can never get a view of myself on it because it's ever changing. And then also he's also talking to us. So Mr. Dustin, what's up, man?
Here for a race at Dover. Definitely a driver's track, man. Should be a fun one tonight. The mile track, but I tell you what, it drives like a short track. These walls are going to be brutal. The tempers might be brutal. Short track temper mentality, man. But Dover nonetheless. But these drivers are going to come out here and they're going to give it a shot and see what they can do. They're going to put on a good show for everybody tonight for sure.
100%. 7 races in, and Dustin, Tyler Honeycutt has finally broke the points. He's separated, or put himself in the middle rather, between EJ Luna and Danny White, who the 24 and 64 have just been on a tear with the points ever since the drop of the green flag a month-ish or so ago. And there you go. We got a little font change.
Yeah, the font is jacked up for some reason. I literally loaded this before the race with no issue, and now it's like, nope.
Yeah, font change in real time. Thanks, SDK. But Tyler Honeycutt, who's got 2. He's got 2 lines there. But anyways, he's 3 points out. Remember, he was like 40-plus points out at the beginning of this thing after a terrible race number 1 at Charlotte. And he has just climbed and crawled and all that fun jazz to get to P2 there. And Danny White drops back to 3rd, 12 points out. And so that's gonna be a nice little story here for the final 5 races of the opening season. And also, Empower Ed Research Institute is handing out awards. We had the Calm and the Chaos earlier this season where Dustin Franklin picked up that award. And lo and behold, Mr. Dustin Franklin again gonna steal all the awards, it sounds like, as he is going to pick up the Driver on Fire Award, which is labeled as a driver who picks up the most positions in a 7-race stretch to open the season. So Dustin has passed a crazy amount of drivers, and the sponsor recognizes it. So Dustin Franklin, congrats on passing the most drivers so far in the season, which, Dustin, is that a good thing or bad thing?
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, if you look at some drivers like myself, Jeremy, we go to a super speedway race. Our qualifying division and package sucks complete butt, and we can't start up where we need to. Yeah, but we hit the race and we can gain more positions. So, I mean, it is and it's not. But I mean, you know what? Hats off to Empower Ed Research Institute for sponsoring these awards. And hats off to Dustin Franklin. I mean, got the Calm and the Chaos at Talladega. which was passing the most amount of drivers, so gaining the most positions with the least amount of incident points, and then taking the driver on fire, which, like you said, was gaining the most amount of positions over the first 7 races from your qualifying starting position to your finishing position. So fantastic partnership that OTSS has over here with Empower Ed Research.
By the way, he's only fourth place in points, 15 points outside of the points lead. So consistently and passing a bunch of trucks will equal a good points day overall. So that's where he sets P4. We are qualifying. We're going to go full screen, get our cameras off your screens, and let's go 2 laps at Dover with some of the fastest guys on the track. Bobby Mantle, fastest on practice. He's P1, or lap number 1 rather, into turn number 3. Let's see what the 89 has in store for lap number 2.
Yeah, and Dover's going to be a tough track when it comes to this. Man, why is the font? Dude, the font is jacked up everywhere. What literally just happened? Well, we're going to sit here and do a reload on SDK here. But this track is a tough track to try to handle. It is definitely a driver's track when it comes to a lot of things. And you got to be careful of coffin corner, actually coffin corners. That's going to be turns 2 and turn 4. These trucks can get tight, and those corners can jump up and bite you hard and very fast when it comes to them.
Yeah, as Dustin apparently likes to do the serif font here tonight for race number 8 of 12 of the 2026 season for OTSS Select Series, presented by Empower Ed Research Institute. Yeah, we will refresh that at some point in time. Not sure when, but we'll get it done. We have 3 minutes left in this qualifying session. Dustin Franklin has completed time. John Border just completed. Bradley Miner's done. DJ Honeycutt, he's on lap number 2. And the truck number 15. Been one of the fastest guys there from Ghost Motorsports, which Ghost Motorsports is sponsoring tonight's race for the Too Tough 130 is what this race is being dubbed. 130 for the lap count or the mileage count. Either way you look at it, because this track is exactly 1 mile in length. Too Tough 130, powered by Ghost Motorsports. Here this evening, as DJ pulls off track, Steven Abbott said he's on track completing his lap number 2. Alejandro Khan smashes the wall on his exit here as Dustin's continuing to refresh. And there we go. I think he pressed the right button on the refresh.
Got it, I think. I hope.
Let's pull up the point standings one more time because it's way more legible. There we go. Now we can actually see what's going on. That's much clearer to read. And so recap the top 5. EJ Luna, P1, 3 points over Tyler Honeycutt. Danny White, 3rd place, 12 out of the lead. Dustin Franklin, 15 points out. And DJ Honeycutt, who was just talking about, 5th overall, 16 points out. Pretty tight battle there for the top 5. And we got one more truck on track, Dustin. Curtis Noble in 88. They will fill up this qualifying time for the last minute, 15 seconds with truck 88. There we go. Let's ride roof camera, getting really loose off of turn 2, lap 1. There we go. Final lap of the session. Come from Curtis Noble this time.
Yeah, and as we were talking about, and we apologize for the program issues. Technology is a wonderful thing when it decides to work right, but that's why we're up here, Jeremy. That's why they got nerds up here, is because we don't falter under pressure. We find ways to improvise, adapt, and overcome. And that's exactly what these drivers are going to have to do tonight at this track, Jeremy. We were talking about turn 2, turn 4 being very tough. Passing can be tough. Tires are going to be a premium at this track. You can see the surface very much like Bristol. This track is very reminiscent of Bristol. It is going to chew these tires up. And these drivers have a limited set of tires to begin with. So tire management is going to be king when it comes to this, especially if we get on some of those long green flag runs that we know OTSS can produce. It is going to be a tricky slope these drivers are going to have to play. They don't want to hold back too much, but they don't want to burn their stuff up either. It's going to be a solid give and take all race long.
Yeah, we just watched a race this past Thursday at Dover on our Thursday league that we broadcast, and well, 10 or was it? No, I think 12 cautions in total for that
13.
race. So
13.
13. Dustin had the official 13. I thought I counted 12, but either way, when you get to double digits, you kind of lose track there. And let's see if we can go a little more green flag here. It's a little bit shorter of a race. We did 250 laps, I think, then. Now we're doing about half here at 130. So, gonna be a quick, breezy one as long as OTSS puts on a long green flag run for y'all watching. We got like 12 plus viewers on the YouTube side. Appreciate y'all. Twitch, I know we're gonna get a couple followers on that. So if you can like, follow, subscribe to the page over there at Twitch. Twitch will be a great help to us. You guys do fantastic on YouTube, but let's get those Twitch numbers up just a touch. And here we go. Starting lineup for race number 8. It's Too Tough 130, presented by Ghost Motorsports. Brad Miner, Polly Torrance is going to be your front row positions here. And row number 1, row 2, Bobby Mantle in 89, Dustin Franklin, P4 in 74. Row number 3, you're going to find Abram Ghosted in 5th. Jonathan Gaston starts in 6th. Row 4, you're going to see Jackson Clark in 31. And then Alex Zirkle, P8 tonight. Row number 5 in 9th place, Tyler Honeycutt. And around up the top 10, Jonathan Hammond in truck 92. Row 6, EJ Luna in 11th. Donnie Honeycutt in 12th. Row 7, you're going to find Danny White there in truck 64 and 13th. 14th will be Garrett Spriggs. Row 8 will be Stephen Abbaset in truck number 2. Jared Hammond starts on the outside in 16th. Row 9 and 17th will be Curtis Noble in truck 88. Alejandro Khan in the 47 and 18th. Row 10, Dave Harrington in truck 66. And then P20, DJ Honeycutt in the 15. Row 11, 21st, Chris Harrington. Charlie Bass to his outside in 22nd. Brad Perry and truck 97 and 23rd. 24th will be John Border. And that is your 12th truck lineup here. We should be going green flag this time by 1 mile longer. It is a 1 lap pace lap here. Truck down. Camera focused right on the restart zone. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, and green flag for race number 8. Too Tough 130, presented by Ghost Motorsports, is underway.
Yeah, good clean start so far on this. Now, some of the issues that we did see on our last Thursday broadcast, Jeremy, was tire spin, but they were running the Gen 7 cars. These trucks a little bit easier to control and maintain, but tire slippage and spin on restarts are going to be something we're going to have to watch, especially when pit strategy starts getting pulled into play there. Older tires, fresher tires. We're going to want to keep an eye on that. But so far, Jeremy, good clean start here by these drivers over here at OTSS.
Yep, lap number 1, super clean. Maybe one slight incident in the back, but didn't result in a wreck. Just a couple touches to the door panels and keeping it clean there. No one makes contact off a corner exit turn 2. As you've dubbed one of the 2 coffin corners here, which is anyone who's raced over knows exactly what that means. Very tricky corner. It's really wide until exit, and then that wall just hooks a left, and it comes up to you super quick with these high drop bankings where you sink into the corner, you jump off the corner exit. Get a little battle here just inside the top 10. A couple trucks still side by side.
Yeah, it's it's really wide until it's not. It's definitely an optical illusion. You feel like you can take that corner exit a lot faster than what you actually can, and you don't realize it until it's too late, and you see that safer barrier creeping up on you, and you make hard contact, Jeremy. And the unfortunate thing is this track here, much like a short track, if you bounce off that wall, and Tyler Honeycutt gets loose off of turn 4.
No.
Slight contact to the inside safer barrier wall there, the pit road separating wall, but gets it going back. No caution, but Jeremy, that is going to hurt so bad right now.
Not just for the race, but the points. Remember, Charlotte, he started or finished really bad that race, and he spent the next 7 races, or 6 races rather, climbing up back to P2.
Hit the apron.
Right where he feels like it. And then just a slight apron contact, just a simple mental error. is going to reverse all of that potentially. Thankfully, not too much damage to the 45, but as we hit the VHS rewind,
Right there.
there it is. That's all it takes to kick you loose at Dover.
Yep, that apron touch, enough to break the tires loose. Contact doesn't look substantial. You can see that front left caved in just a little bit, but at Dover there, you can get away with that. The biggest thing is to make sure the power plant and the handling is still there. Aerodynamics, not as important when it comes to this track.
Dustin Franklin, super loose there in P4. Dog walks the thing all the way through 3 and 4. Ends up side by side with Clark here in the 31. As we're going to go back to VHS Rewind. Watch this.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Not once, not twice, 3 times we're going to chase
it
up
up
the
that track. What a save. Good job by driver 74 there. This Mr. Dustin Franklin.
Man looks like he put on ice skates for the first time ever and was trying to walk himself through an ice rink. That thing was all over the place, but thankfully he was able to hang on to it and only lose 1 spot while doing such. As he files nicely behind the 31 there, Jackson Clark. Shout out to him. First time he's been in the top 5 for a little bit, battling strong here. As Dustin goes back on the attack to the inside, Clark almost makes contact to the outside, turn 4, splitting hairs there basically. And Dustin could not complete the pass that time.
Yeah, and that's the first time that the 31 Jackson Clark is in the top 5, because this is his inaugural race, Jeremy, and I know that because I had to add his information in the driver's section on the backside, so that's how I know that.
There you go.
So, good showing so far by driver 31 Jackson Clark. Right now, Brad Miner, that 46, running right where he started P1, Jeremy, out comfortably. Now, we've known a lot of these drivers. A lot of these drivers they're very solid. They're very methodical drivers. They take their time. Brad Miner's definitely one of those. But we know when we get to a track that is definitely a driver's track, and it happens to be a Brad Miner track, you can tell how comfortable he is. And he's been running very stout up there right now. Bobby Mantle, again, 2-time winner this season, sitting in P2. Polly Torrance rounds out your top 3.
Yeah, you can tell what tracks Brad Miner just really excels at. He probably has them circled on the calendar before the season officially gets underway, and Dover just seems to be one of those tracks where he's just really fitting in quite well with that 46 here. As we're going to load up the iRacing iFlag track map for lap 13 and see what this field looks like 13 laps into a run at Dover, minus the couple of stragglers there far in the back. It's about a quarter of the track, maybe about 35% complete coverage. Very clean opening to this race, Dustin. Been very happy to see that so far. And the action is not letting up. There's still some side-by-sides like this one right here as Clark is under the attack by the 72 of Jonathan Gaston. And let's see if he can make the pass on the inside as these tires wear out, Dustin. We know the inside loses some of that grip, and that outside momentum is really strong at Dover.
It is, and you're talking about a good clean start so far, and that's hats off to these drivers, Jeremy. I've seen a lot of give and take tonight. We've seen trucks get loose. We've seen drivers back it up a little bit, give room, let them gather it back up to prevent contact. So hats off to all the drivers out there, because they're giving a lot of give and take. When they're side-by-side battles, Jeremy, they're giving that room there. Like, hey, listen, I know you're on my inside there. That's fine. I'm going to sit here and let you battle it out. You're going to earn that, but I'm not going to crowd you. You know, at a track like this here where the track can jump out and fight you, they're having that give and take.
Let's go on board with a couple of these drivers and pull up the race telemetry presented by AI Chief, which is AIChiefRacing.com. And let's just see what the throttle response looks like at Dover. We'll see what kind of the top speeds are running. 17 laps into our green flag run here. DJ Honeycutt stuck on the inside here a little bit. He's been in this kind of position for the past, I don't know, 5 laps or such. He'd be happy to get cleared, which he finally does. He passes Alex Zirkle in truck number 8. Gets middle about 155-ish and goes down to about 140 on corner center. Here's EJ Luna. He's going to get a little bit extra speed. 161 is his top speed on the inside lane. Drops it down to about 145. There's about a 15-mile-an-hour swing. Almost 20 as he gets to 161 again to turn 3.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, for the size of track, Jeremy, it's a fast track. You know, lap times are consistent. These drivers are pulling good lap times when it's you know, when they're not having to battle. You're talking 24-second. We're on board with Curtis Noble right now, 24.67 last lap time. Leader right now, which is Bobby Mantle, 24.1. So fast laps, 130 laps are going to tick off fast here at the rate that these drivers are going, and these drivers know it as we have our first iRacing iFlag caution out on the track, Jeremy.
On lap number 20, looks like turn number 1, we're going to have a couple of trucks. Maybe let's see if we can find it. It's also smoke in turn 1. We're going to see exactly what happened here. For the first caution of the race, Abram Ghostin 25 might be a culprit. We're hearing him talk about something. I can't. Oh, there it is. Jonathan Hammond, truck number 92, front straightaway, making contact with the 64 Danny White. Just gets a little sandwich here. Off of turn 4 to complete lap number 19. You're going to see him just drive up the track. Actually, it's going to be there it is.
Ooh.
There's the bump. A little checkup for the 92. Danny White just drives into the right rear corner panel after hitting the wall, or at least trying to avoid the wall. A little overcorrection to miss it, and then hits the 92 instead.
It looks like, Jeremy, that the 25, Abram Ghostin, coming off the corner, makes contact with that wall, and Danny White has to slide as well, just barely skims it, but as he comes off the wall, he comes off at a downward angle going down the track, and you see that it just pulls down, and the close racing that they had, it just pulled down enough to where there was enough contact. There you see him sliding, and then you see his distance between the wall get further and further down, and then just slight contact with the right rear there, the 92 of John Hammond, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, super easy to do. If you're trying to avoid that wall, you just put a little more input in that wheel, and all of a sudden you got a driver that's right on the bottom of you. And 20 laps into Dover, your truck is either really loose or really tight. Not too much in between there. And just close quarters racing at Dover. No harm in particular from one driver to another, just racing on lap number 20. As we're going to kick it to our first picture-in-picture commercial break, let these guys cycle through, and we'll be back for the drop of the green flag here shortly.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful, booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should.
All right, back to full screen here. Pace truck down. Perfect timing to that commercial to end there, and green flag is back out for the second time here this evening. Firing off on lap number 24, and we got some tire spin on the front straightaway. Get these tires cleaned off, cooled off, or maybe warmed up, depending if you got the 4 freshies. We'll let these guys cycle through for a few laps, and we'll see who took pit stops, who didn't. 24 EJ Luna, he's loose off of turn 2 exit that time. Let's get to turn 3. We're going 3 wide racing. Here we go. Through 3, they go back to 2 wide. Good call, good heads up.
They thought better of
Going to
that.
do 3 wide early. 100%.
Yeah, they definitely thought better of that, which is a good call. And yeah, Jeremy, I mean, we do. This is where we have the differing strategies. Remember, we've got limited amounts of tires, and we're going to go ahead and bring up that pit report. And you see right now that your entire top 10 did not stop under that pit stop. And the driver that had that tire spin was driver of that 46, Brad Miner. He started first car on the outside there just to Bobby Mantle's right. And he did have tire spin on that, and that was that, again, tires that had a little bit more, a few laps on them. Anytime you go to restart, you have that chance at this track, so you got to be careful. But, Jeremy, they're starting to battle it up and get heated here pretty fast as we got some good battles going on for just inside the top 10.
Fastest guy in practice, that truck that's in yellow, white, and black, 89, Bobby Mantle, leading the way with the fresh air. That restart really benefited truck number 89, and as you see single file all the way to the back half of the field, just a couple trucks up front that are still 2 wide. That's 2nd and 3rd for battle, 4th and 5th for battle. And every single body else out there just soloing it up around these early laps still of Dover, as we got 3 laps shy of getting to the 100 to go mark.
Yeah, and right now that battle has been decided. Paulie Torrance takes over P2. Dustin Franklin drops back to P3. Good, strong running. But now we got a battle for 4th place. That's between the 81 of Garrett Spriggs and newcomer 31 of Jackson Clark. They are duking it out, drag racing down the front stretch off into 1.
Ooh, pushing them a little wide here. Goes Garrett Spriggs. EJ Luna looking to take the inside. He thinks of it. Can't make the pass happen here. As the 81, he's pushing again. I don't know if that's intentional or not, just to get himself a great exit, which, you know, if you diamond corner exits on Dover, you can really get a great launch. He's trying to make it work, but Jackson holding strong here on the outside, middle groove, getting able to hold off the 81. I was going to say Garrett is moving up the field quick. Before that caution, he was up damn near 10 positions. And right now, truck 81 is currently holding up 9 positions at the moment here. So no tires on that stop, still climbing his way up there. And I was going to make a mention to the pit stops. Dustin, they probably in the garage, they probably feel like we're going to see quite a bit more cautions. We mentioned it, like most races here, they have 3 set of tires on pit road waiting for them. We had a first caution 20 laps in, and in my book, I say I'm pitting. But since no one in the top 10 did, that tells me that they think there's way more to go.
Yeah, and there very well could be. Plus, I mean, you got to think about it, Jeremy. I mean, they got 3 sets of tires. I mean, you could theoretically, I mean, anywhere between 35 and 45 laps. I mean, probably good pit positions to bring it in and use those tires. But we've also seen drivers utilize that and maintain a set of tires in there for a late race caution. Jeremy, driver 45, we talked about it. You've seen him had some struggles early on. He's slotted back in 19th right now. Driver 45, Tyler Honeycutt. How many times have we seen him win races by utilizing that last set that he has saved it behind the wall, go in and put him on there past 10 to 12 cars to steal the win there with about 10 laps to go?
That's a fantastic point, and he has done that time in and time out. So he likes to save that last set of tires, and I think the field has kind of caught on to that, and that's why you probably don't see a lot of these guys also just not coming in. He's got a good battle here. EJ Luna on the inside of the 15, so DJ Honeycutt. Continue to run side by side. 15 gets a good launch on exit, keeps him in position, almost gets to clear the 24, but a little graze of the wall is going to keep EJ to the left rear quarter panel. Getting through turn 1 and turn 2 this time on lap number 35, so we're just underneath that 100 laps to go mark.
Yeah, and these guys have been duking it out, Jeremy, and that what I've seen is that midline that you see the 81 of Garrett Spriggs run, the 15 of DJ Honeycutt, they're kind of running that second lane. There seems to be the faster lane. They'll enter just about 1.5 lane, if you want to call it, drift up to that second lane, then kind of back down to the 1.5. kind of a little mini diamond effect. They get a good bite in, nice smooth corner, good run off, and it's actually been prevailing. That's why the 24 VJ Luna has been struggling here. But something you got to remember, Jeremy, we talked about the tires. The more that you run some of these lines, the higher up you go on that track, the more that those tires are going to be chewed and eaten up. So it's, again, that give and take. They may be prevailing now, Jeremy, but that may not be the same case here in about 10 to 12 laps. DJ Luna might actually have the upper hand on that bottom lane.
Yeah, that's a good point there. The inside is definitely how you're going to save those tires. As long as you cannot overdrive and try to like make the pass forcefully, then yeah, you're gonna be doing just fine. You just gotta make sure throttle is you know, a lot less on exit to not overdo the right front here. On lap number 38, we're gonna do our shout out. Every single broadcast for the OTSS series is the main sponsor for this league. Empower Ed Research Institute is a nonprofit organization committed to advancing education in communities through research, innovation, and collaboration. And hold on, we gotta pause. Double wreck in the back straightaway. EJ Luna is one of the trucks involved as he two trucks tandems the outside or inside wall rather with one of the other trucks, Donnie Honeycutt, and the 22.
They were just racing hard too, just before you went to that ad read.
Let's see. There was a tandem, like literally synchronized hit to the inside.
Whoa.
That's very. There's some Blue Angels effects going on over here. I don't know. I think maybe Donnie slightly tapped the back of the 24 based on what that showed. Take another look here. Watch for the contact. A checkup. Oh, a big checkup right in front, stacking them up. DJ Honeycutt off the throttle. And then Donnie Honeycutt didn't recognize the checkup. So then he does make contact with EJ. And then Synchrony spins through turn 2 exit onto the backstretch.
Oh, yeah, it's right there. You see, yep, DJ Honeycutt got loose, close racing with Spriggs there, had to roll out of the throttle to not afford to drift up into the 81 there. In doing so, again, the weight jacking on the truck got loose. That then forced the 24 VJ Luna to check up, which then forced the 22 of Donnie Honeycutt to check up because, the racing was that close, Jeremy, and just there was no time to check up for these drivers, unfortunately.
And then to make matters worse, EJ Luna, Donnie Honeycutt, and a couple others on pit road. It's the first time I've seen that in a while. We had multiple trucks get damaged entering pit road in a row. I don't know if you're able to kick it back a quarter of a lap or such as they got on pit road. Maybe a little extended VHS rewind. I want to showcase that. The 77 Harringtons, they go on pit road. The 77 Christopher Harrington's going to hit the tire barrier, and it's going to check up Dave Harrington, and it's going to cause EJ Luna and Abergostin to slam on the brakes. So we're going to get some damage here out of these trucks. There's one bonk. There's two bonk. So more damage to the 22, 24, and now to the back of the 25 Abergostin.
Oh, and you said that started with the 77 of Chris Harrington. You do a little VHS rewind. We're going to go back up.
He's entering in wide for some reason, and he just continues that approach.
Oh,
Gonna bonk the tire barrier. He's gonna check up the 66 a little bit, but as you know, if you're just driving on any highway, the first person that checks up is not much, but as accordion effects down the row, it gets worse and worse. And you saw it right there.
yeah. So, I mean, just to pour salt into the wound, so to speak, add insult to injury, more damage to EJ Luna in that 24 machine and Donnie Honeycutt in that 22. Not what they were looking for. And the racing was good. Like I said, I mean, it wasn't any wrong done on any of the drivers. I mean, that's just product of this track, Jeremy. It was good, hard racing between DJ Honeycutt and Garrett Spriggs. They had been racing side by side for, I mean, the last 6-7 laps, easy. And it was just one of those that DJ had to roll out of the throttle just to make sure he didn't drift up into the 81 because they were so close. And I mean, the way that this track is, the truck didn't like it. It got loose, and because everybody was racing so close, that was the ultimate outcome.
Here we go. Third green flag attempt here tonight. Lap number 43 is officially underway as Bobby Mantle gets a great launch there on the inside. Gonna bring award winner, two-timer now, Mr. Dustin Franklin to P2 as Paulie Torrance in the 6 gets a not so great start on the outside. He's gonna drop 2 spots and brings him 2 wide right behind him here down the back straightaway. Little cuts to the inside, goes a couple drivers to pass. 74 Franklin. Paulie's gonna quickly take P2 back before the completion of the opening. Oh,
whoa!
My, what a save.
DJ Honeycutt. Again, what a save on that one. That is twice now we've seen that truck break loose, and he saved it this time. No casualties behind him, though, but Jeremy, what a save. Good heads-up driving there by the driver of the 15.
Yeah, 100%. There's going to cause a little gap there between the top 5 and 6th on back. About 5 or 6 truck lengths is the gap between Pack 1 and Pack 2. As, yeah, that was a fantastic save. That could have easily been multi-truck wreck. No problem, but now... Oh, he's loose again, Dustin, in the back there. He's got some problems, and he might be coming down pit road. I don't know, but he's going to lose 4 or 5 positions this lap.
Yeah, I mean, we know these drivers just came in, Jeremy, and got fresh tires on there. I mean, we know that cold tires, they're tough. You have to let the pressures build up. You have to let the temps build up before you can really start slinging this thing around. I mean, this is one of those tracks that you get the most out of it by driving it off the right rear. But if those tire temps and pressures are not up to snuff, trying to drive it off that right rear, you are going to get loose, and that's what we've seen happening to DJ Honeycutt in that 15 right now. But so far, Jeremy doing an amazing job of saving it. Truck looks like it's starting to balance out just a little bit, and as I say that, you see a little wobble there as he goes through turns 1 and 2 down the backstretch.
Got some shout-outs on the YouTube side here. I've not ignored you all. We actually talked about you during one of the commercial breaks. I guess it is a birthday today. Lauren's birthday. Lauren Hammond. So shout-out to Lauren Hammond. If you are currently watching, happy birthday to you. You got the infield legends. Hold on. We're going to hold that thought. We have a wreck in the back truck. Number 7, John Border. Same exact spot as we saw EJ and Donnie just about 10 laps ago. This time it looks like it's going to be a single truck incident here on lap 48. And we got it back on Nerd TV Rewind.
Oh, apron hit. Went into the corner there. Had the 97 of Bradbury on him. A little bit of an apron tag. Had to chase it up. Slowed up just enough. 97 of Bradbury just couldn't check up in time as the Porter chased that truck up the track, and slight contact was made. And that's the second time, Jeremy, we have seen that happen. First time we seen that happen was with the 45 of Tyler Honeycutt as he went into the corner, and he almost lost it as well and had front nose damage and contact. This one here was saved. You can see him go in right there. He got loose, then tagged the apron. He came right back up again, and as he came up and tried to turn it back down, got loose a little bit more right there. No place for the 97 of Barry to go. Right into the rear bumper, and off and around goes the 7 of Border.
And 5 trucks do enter pit road this time. It's going to be DJ Honeycutt, Donnie Honeycutt, EJ Luna, Chris Harrington, and John Border. 5 trucks on pit road this time. No surprise for a couple of these guys.
I'd say
EJ's
all
got
but
some damage to
EJ,
fix.
or all but not EJ, all but DJ, not EJ. DJ's probably coming down just because he was loose. The rest of them, damage.
Damage. There's definitely some damage on those trucks that all accordioned on that last set of pit stops. And going back to the YouTube chats here before we go to green flag, Infield Legends got their whole supporting crew on here, from Nico to, I think, Juan to Gomez. They're all just cheering go. Daniel Kahn too. That's a lot of them out here. Briggs on the chat saying shake a bake Polly for Paulie Torrance. Catalina Guerre says Team Abbassed with some hearts. And we got some Spanish speakers out here, which I kind of know some Spanish, but I don't know all of them. So, appreciate y'all we got a lingual chat system here tonight, Dustin. That's kind of cool to see.
I like that, and I'm not even going to attempt to try to say that because I'm going to butcher the crap out of it. I took some Spanish in high school. I wish that I was able to utilize it a lot more than what I actually did. And unfortunately, the only thing that I can remember from Spanish class was Tengo el Diablo en los pantalones, which my female Spanish teacher did not find as funny as I did. But
Hi, Chihuahua. You would say that.
but it's I definitely wish it was something that I was able to utilize more, because I absolutely love the languages of Spanish. I just wish that I could.
There's a lot of commitment.
There is.
My attempt at it is, but hey, it's my turn this Wednesday to take this with him, which I probably butchered a little bit of that, but it's okay. Toka is take. I know that. Miraculous is Wednesday. So I got a couple words. Estar is this, I think. I think I'm kind of there. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Please let me know how I did. Give me a 1 through 10 on my rating on that. But here we go. Pace truck down for the 4th time. We're going green flag racing on lap 52. Bobby Mantle gets a good start there. Polly Torrance second. He's not going to have a bad restart. He's going to drop it right to the inside. And 3rd place, Garrett Spriggs, back from 14th place. Your biggest mover up 11 spots, is crawling through now into the top 3 for the first time, as he's got Jackson on his inside, truck number 31. Welcome to the league. He's battling up here with these guys for potentially the race lead.
Oh, absolutely. You know what, Jeremy? I give you a gold star for effort. But we absolutely love the chats on there, and you said they say 10 out of 10 for effort there, Jeremy. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, for effort, I guess.
We love the chats, guys. We love you guys chiming in, and we love interacting with you guys, because you guys are what make this broadcast special each and every week. So right now, Bobby Mantle up front, but Jeremy, for the first time, he's getting some pressure from driver number 6, Polly Torrance, as Polly's looking for that inside. Really puts the wheel in there side by side as they drive down the backstretch into 3. This could be the lead change. First time Polly Torrance up front. Bobby Mantle gives it to him, but he better be careful, because Garrett Spriggs in that 81 also ready to pounce. Jeremy, as the top 3 have gapped by about 3 to 4 truck lengths.
I think that is our second, if not at most our 3rd lead change of the night, going to the driver number 6, Polly Torrance. So Mr. Briggs 0317. I don't know if you've left the chats yet, but your boy is in P1s. He's shake and baked Bobby Mantle there. As Garrett on the attack, look for him to go to the inside this time, or maybe next time. He is all over the back bumper. There it is, 2 lead changes. And there's your race recap overall. 3 cautions for 9 laps, side by side for 2nd and 3rd. He goes to the outside. Ooh. Mantle with a little shake. Trucks in the back getting loose. I think they saved it. And look at Garrett going for the 2-for-1 special. Oh, Polly's going to either get loose and cross over or goes for the block. Either way, it's successful. The 6 remains your race leader for that corner set. And Garrett on the outside one more time, using all the fresh rubber to get himself potentially into the race lead.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's using that high side momentum there to try to, while we have the fresher tires, to see what's going on. And Jeremy, it looks like we got something going on in the back here. I'd hate to pull away, but what happened back here is Brad Miner. Did we have another incident take place here? Yeah, it looks like Mike got... Oh, man, big time.
Oh, no.
Oh, and that's going to be the 94, Charlie Bass, involved in that one. No caution. They both kept rolling, but man, that was hard
Charlie's
impact.
Wicked loose from the 94. Brad Miner had nowhere to go on that notion. Checked up, bonk, and then they both hit the wall.
Right there's the looseness out of the 94 of Charlie Bass. Yeah. Look at how loose he is, and Brad Miner just nowhere to go. Completely lifted the rear end of the 94 up, which, I mean, once that happens, Jeremy, there's no saving it, because you have no drive, then your drive tires are literally airborne.
Yep, that's it. And 94 on pit road, and Brad Miner's gonna, well, no, he pitted the very next lap. He was gonna try to run it out. Charlie Bass disconnects from the session, so DNF for the 94. As you see a little more scattering through the back straightaway here. This round of restarts, Dustin, has just been a lot more looser trucks, and I don't know if that's just because of cooler track temps or they're getting a little more aggressive on the cold tires. But either way, these guys are struggling to find some grip out here.
Yeah, and I mean, it's no surprise, Jeremy. I mean, it's a product of the track. I mean, Dover, they don't call it the Monster Mile for nothing. It is a monster among monsters for multiple reasons. Again, tire management and grip is definitely one of them. Those turn 2 and turn 4 walls, definitely another one. So, I mean, it's these drivers, I mean, they're doing everything they can, and it only amplifies when they get side-by-side racing the way that they do. Right now, I mean, your top 3 kind of spread out. There's at least a truck length and a half in between them. Garrett Spriggs leads, Bobby Mantle in P2, Polly Torrance in P3, and then a good space there before we get to your 4th place, Dustin Franklin, who's running fantastic, and Jonathan Gaston, driver 72, breaks into that top 5 as well. Jeremy, on the chats, they are having a ball. Says that looks like Avisad's always texting the links out to watch, and they're finally tuning in to watch, saying he's a great guy, great driver. So, you know what? We appreciate you guys being here. I mean, always enjoy it.
And I got the correction. The Pero hoy es mi turno los miércoles te toca estar con él. Translated to that today is her day. Wednesday I get to hang with him. So I was kind of sort of there. You probably didn't understand the way I pronounced or translated it, but it's okay. Because we got 17 viewers on the YouTube side, and my lonely self on the Twitch so far here this evening, halfway through the race. I still have to get through the Empower Ed, the whole spiel, because these guys wanted the wreck. Donnie and EJ
right.
wanted the wreck mid conversation on that.
Let's
Go
again.
from the top. Empower Ed Research Institute is a nonprofit organization committed to advancing education in communities through research, innovation, and collaboration. Through its research, programs, and services, Empower Ed Research Institute strives to harness the power of education to uplift individuals, foster community engagement, and affect positive change. Empower Ed Research Institute invites educators, researchers, policymakers, community leaders, and individuals passionate about education to join us on our mission. Together we can make a meaningful difference in the lives of learners and communities. Visit empoweredresearch.org for more information, and no caution to come out on that. Thank you guys for letting me get through attempt number 2. And we're just past the halfway mark here.
You know what? Just because Abisad's girlfriend, that it's her day today, and then he gets to hang out with his pals on Wednesday and do a little onboard. So started 15th, up 2 positions right now in 13th. Very quiet night, which is not a bad thing, Jeremy. At Dover, it's not a bad thing not to sit here and be showcased. That means you haven't been involved in any incidents. You haven't pinged off the wall. You haven't broke loose. Truck looks very, very comfortable right now, and he's just outside that top 10, Jeremy. And you know that top 10 range, drivers are going to be pushing for it. Still got a decent amount of laps right now. We're working we were working a good lap 69. Now it's lap 70 of 130. Giggity. But still got a lot of time to sit here and try to break into that top 10, Jeremy, which is a covenant stat.
Yeah, 100% there. I got Race Control with me. Twisted Drifter on the Twitch side. He said I'm not alone anymore, so thank you for that, sir. And as we continue to ride the roof camera,
Twisted
the number 2,
Steven
Abbasted.
Man, always watches out for us. I appreciate the heck out of that.
He's Race Control. He's also on the chats quite often. This man is doing multiple things at once all the time for the OTSS League. And, he's doing a pretty decent job at what he's assigned to do for this Tuesday series. As let's do a little Nerd TV Top 10 recap here to complete, or just completed to pass the halfway mark in this race. So we're going to start at the top. The man who's on fire, not from the first 7 races from Dustin Franklin's award, but just tonight. Garrett Spriggs 14th of first. He's having a very tough battle holding off Bobby Mantle and Dustin Franklin right now, but definitely the highest mover of this race so far. and he's doing a fantastic job doing such. Bobby Mantle, fastest in practice, started third, currently holds second, trying to get back to that race lead for the second time tonight. So overall, Bobby's performance has just been quite stellar. Dustin Franklin, 2 awards presented by Empower Research Institute, handed to this guy in the 74, started 4th, currently holds 3rd. And we got Paulie Torrance, fan favorite, one of the fan favorites on YouTube, from 2nd to 4th. Not a terrible going there, down 2, but still inside the top 5 for the most part of this race. So, and the truck has, I don't think, any damage. So great job for the 6th. Jonathan Gaston only down or up 1 spot from 6th to 5th. He's gonna be your last guy inside the top 5. Very fast, but again, one of the drivers has been pretty much very quiet on our end here, talking about different drivers. I've only mentioned them, I think, 1 time, minus right now. And then we have Jackson Clark, welcome to the league himself. First time after the 8th race of the season, as he gets some contact there, a little looseness. And him and Curtis Noble having a little chit chat about that little moment there off of turn 2. He's currently up 1 spot. Curtis Noble in 7th place. He's up 10 positions from 17th to 7th. And he's trying to continue to move forward a little bit more as he feels that truck is maybe top 5 contention. Alex Zirkle, 8th to 8th. Very stationary. Been pretty racy overall in truck number 8, but just can't get into that top 5 or advanced anywhere further into 7th or 6th. Tyler Honeycutt. This man went from being mid-pack to close to the race lead. Has a really crazy moment early in the race, and he's crawled slowly back from, I think, around 15th or 16th upwards to 9th place again. So this is not the last you're going to be hearing from Tyler Honeycutt. And then Danny White to complete the top 10, up 3 spots. The guy who's 3rd in points. The truck's not in the best shape here tonight overall, but clean nonetheless. And that's your Nerd TV top 10 recap.
Yeah, good, clean racing. And as we were going through the top 10 recap, we had a change in leadership up front right now. Bobby Mantle did get around the 81 of Garrett Spriggs. And now you see as Bobby's going around, he is putting the 22 of Donnie Honeycutt a lap down. Donnie involved in that earlier race incident. The checkup from DJ Honeycutt having to roll out of the throttle, so to speak, to stay out of the 81 of Garrett Spriggs, and it checked up both EJ Luna and himself, but still staying in the race. And I mean, we got a lot of racing going on back here, Jeremy. Right now, that battle for the 3rd position, that's podium position heating up between driver 74, Dustin Franklin, and driver of the number 6, Paulie Torrance, side by side as they go down the backstretch off into turn 3. Donnie Honeycutt, lap down car in front, as now they have to not only try to race each other, but they got to try to work their way around the 22s. You can see Donnie pull down low, veteran move there going into the corner.
Racy in this top 5 area of the racetrack right now as they all go to the midfield to get around the 22 on the outside as he continues to hug low on the straightaways, doing the nice thing, let everyone by comfortably. And Curtis Noble, Paulie Torrance looking close quarters here off 3 and 4. Oh, Curtis just whips it to the right, cuts right in front of Jonathan Gaston to maintain his new position, which is in 5th place. Backs up the 72 a little bit here. Paulie slow on exit. And Curtis is going to remain to the back bumper of the 6 of Paulie here. As he gets to 3 and 4, he's going to diamond it off a little bit. See if he gets the run. Oh, Paulie saves it. Uses the wall for assistance, but good save.
Woo, Bubba, hold on to it. My goodness, he was sawing on that thing, but excellent job to maintain it, keep that thing from spinning. That could have been bad, especially with the line of trucks that they have behind them, Jeremy, because that's one thing that we really haven't seen, and this track is notorious for it, that if an accident happens, this track has a tendency to get clogged up and blocked very fast, meaning these trucks have nowhere to go besides straight into the trucks in front of them. So excellent job saving it, preventing that from happening out of Paulie Torrance.
Lap number 84 here. We're going to temporarily kick it over to a picture-in-picture commercial break for the final time tonight. Got to thank our sponsors one last time, and we will be right back.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy jerky. The original booze-infused beef jerky with a pair. Now available.
Chevyland's hitting the ground running this new year with the Silverado Sell-Off. Receive up to $9,000 off MSRP from your Silverado headquarters on select new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500s. Shop the area's best Silverado inventory. Over 120 Silverado models to choose from. But hurry in soon, because the Silverado Sell-Off won't last long. Start the new year in high gear at the Silverado Sell-Off. Happening now at Chevyland, your Silverado headquarters.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And back full screen here is we had a little dramatic pit entrance here, it sounds like, from truck number 88, Curtis Noble. Having not a good time finding pit road on lap 88. A little late entry there, heavy on the brakes, kicks it sideways, and here we go, and just right rear destroys his truck. That Chevrolet is Actually, a little bit of smoke out the engine there. So engine damage when you hit the right rear tire on the tire, or the little sand barrels, water barrels, whatever they're filled with. On iRacing, they're filled with concrete, Dustin, because they don't move.
Yeah, they absolutely did not move, didn't even budge, destroyed that. And I mean, that's a heartbreaker because Curtis Noble in that 88, he was making moves, had worked himself up in the top 5. He was starting to do some good things there, setting himself up for a good finish, and just a slight miscue on pit entry turned into a huge mishap. And Jeremy, by the looks of it, with the way that that engine was smoking, is probably going to end his night, which is an unfortunate break for driver 88 Curtis Noble.
Yeah, I don't see him exiting pits on that one. I think he's going to be toast. As when you see the smoke come on the engine or come out of it, you know it's your time is over. As you're going to be underperforming the rest of the night if you can even get that thing fully repaired. And next lap, Dustin's going to signal lap 100. This will be 31 laps to go. And here is your pit stop sequence. So far, Tyler Honeycutt, 58 laps, your longest running driver on a set of tires. A couple guys are in that same boat. Jonathan Gaston, Alex Zirkle, Bradley Berry, and Steven Abbassett. Those 5 drivers sharing that same amount of laps on these tires. As green flag pit stops, here comes Steven Abbassett in truck number 2. He's going to end that run there of 58 laps. And just waiting on a handful more of these drivers to make contact in the middle of the pack. Dustin Franklin slams the 36. Jaron Hammond unintentionally hits the outside wall, turn 2, coffin corner there, and he's loose here that time too. That could have been a 2-truck wreck.
Yeah, definitely could have been. You can tell right now Dustin Franklin on the move, got the fresh tires on there, trying to make something happen, trying to weave his way through the lap traffic, so to speak, that's going on right now. And again, a lot of these drivers that he's passing, like Alex Zirkle, have not pitted yet. So he just passed Brad Berry, Jonathan Gaston, Alex Zirkle. He's got DJ Honeycutt, Tyler Honeycutt still to go as well. Those drivers have not pitted, Jeremy. They are still out on their from their last pit stop. You know, Tyler Honeycutt, that's about 60 laps to go, Jeremy. So these drivers really starting to stretch and really trying to stretch out every inch or centimeter, millimeter, whatever type of meter you want to have of simulated rubber on these tires, as well as every gallon or ounce of gas simulated that they have in these race tanks right now.
Yeah, 100% there. And the guys that are now pitting, that's going to be their final time, of course, and they can... Oh, they got a little 3-wide action here in turn 3. Alejandro Khan up at the top. They go back to 3, then 2, then 1. Now temporarily 2 as they cycle through that. That could have been hard because usually you don't run that high up on the track at Dover, at least as of recent times. And you get a lot of marble build up there from the used up tires that get just chewed and spit out to the outside of the track. So when you run that high, you don't have as much handling in the truck, and Alejandro Khan could have had a lot worse moment. Able to drive away from that nicely. Here comes number 8, Alex Zirkle. He's going to find pit road here. Going to give up 4th place as Tyler Honeycutt continues to lead the way with DJ Honeycutt, Jonathan Gaston, Bradley Berry. One of only 5 trucks now left to make a pit stop here to complete the cycle. And it's not a qualifying set. After 92, Jonathan Hammond smashes the wall again. But Dustin, once they get those tires, like I said, they're just going to be running a little bit harder because they don't have to run the full fuel cycle.
Yeah, and that's just it, Jeremy. I mean, it doesn't take very many laps for these tires to get the pressures and the temps built up. Now, we do know that on the simulation, the tires will balance out. They will equalize, meaning fresh tires, after a certain amount of laps ran and it hits certain points, you will run the same lap times consistently as tires that have been out there for twice the amount of time, 3 times the amount of time. But the difference maker in this, Jeremy, 24 laps left to go. If they come down and get it, they can run the crap out of their tires on this last run here. and be ridiculously fast, where all these other drivers that have been out there running right now, they've been pushing their tires already because they're trying to make up as much ground as possible on the chance that these last 5 drivers are going to come down pit road so that they can try to leapfrog them and get out in front. So it's going to be interesting, Jeremy. It's still unknown whether or not these drivers are going to be able to stretch it the whole way or not.
Yep. Whoa, one truck there. John Border off of turn 2, really loose and almost hit the outside wall. Turn 2 exit. And we won't know. 24 EJ Luna looks like he's finding pit road. Going to give it up here on lap 108 for a nice little 23-lap sprint to the finish for himself. But just waiting on just a couple more drivers still to make that call happen. And who is going to be the next one, and how beneficial is the 24 going to be after he does a little shortcut compared to his competitors up there in the top 3? Everybody else looks like they're avoiding pit road this time. There's some great racing going on right on the front stretch into turn 1 right now. There's a lot of trucks. It's first place, leading the pack. So it's, oh, there go 4 wide as you see. Oh, man, Jackson just splitting the gap here down a Honeycutt. He's calling pit road, but fresh tires and old tires at Dover can get crazy sometimes, and they almost wrecked it 4 wide in turn 1.
Yeah, and that's what you got to be careful about. You got drivers out there that have fresh tires. They're going to be faster. You don't want to sit here and be freight train and railroaded and just flat out run over by these drivers, ruining both your night and their night. So you have to have your head on a swivel. Ooh, Steven Abbassett, wall tag coming out of turn 2 there, but able to keep it going. So these drivers have to be careful right now as Tyler Honeycutt still out there logging laps. DJ Honeycutt coming down pit road this time. That's going to move Jonathan Gaston in the 72 up to P2.
Yep, going to slide him up one more spot here. And Tyler is not coming down. Jonathan Gaston's still not coming down. So just 3 drivers left, Dustin. 3 drivers left, and that's it. As we're just under the 20 laps to go mark, 18 to go as we speak. This race is just live for almost 1 hour at this point exactly. So quick, easy breezy race here at Dover. Here, oh, we got a wreck in the back. 4th caution is out here. Turn 3, turn 4. This might be a pit road incident. We got 3 drivers involved. Dustin Franklin in the 74, as he is just an innocent bystander to E.G. Luna and the 97.
Oh,
Bradley
Brad
Berry. I think this is a pit stop gone wrong.
Yeah, he was one of those that still needed to pit. I believe he was running 3rd at the time. We're going to try to see what we can't find out here. And we're actually going to go up a Brad Berry because I think he was a little further up. Yeah, it looks like he's looking like he's showing low. Going to try to come down pit road.
Clear sign.
Yep. Oh, yeah, slowed up. Oh, no, Dustin Franklin involved in that one as well. Heavy contact for all 3 drivers. And Jeremy, that's exactly what that looks like. That looks like that was just pit stop gone wrong. And this is hard, trying to merge from the race surface down to the apron. Clear sign. He's all the way down. You know he's pitting. He's all the way down. He's not passing anybody. All the way down. He has to slow up, especially on older tires, or he's going to lose it. You see the flames coming out, and it's too late for EJ Luna to recognize what's going on. Makes contact. Dustin Franklin can't check up in enough time. More contact made, and Jeremy, that ends that. That's unfortunate that a driver coming down pit road, and there wasn't anything that the 97 could have done any different. I mean, he was way low. Halfway down the backstretch, looking to come down pit road, stayed low, was woeing it down to, come down pit road, and just, there was nothing he could have done.
This is going to wreck a lot of the field, too. 16th on back is now 2 laps down. They can take the wave around, but they're still going to be 1 lap down. It looks like quite a few that are 1 lap down should be able to get the wave back to the lead lap. That'll run from 9th place, Alejandro Khan, all the way to 15th place, John Border. They should be able to get their lap back. And just to go back to the incident there, Bradley Berry, he posted on the chat, the NSIM chat, 4 times, pitting in, pitting in, pitting in, pitting in. He drove down to the bottom. He did everything possible on his end to tell drivers And then just the racing flow of things, there wasn't enough heads up from EJ to find them, and it's a shame. Dover's probably top 3, I would say, Dustin, on hardest tracks to make a pit stop on. And even when you do everything right, things just sometimes just go wrong.
Yeah, and that is a shame. I mean, it's especially on on all drivers' parts. It especially like I said on Brad Berry, because and I mean it's a heartbreaker with the information that you just gave us as well. That I mean he did post 3-4 times that he was pitting. I mean there's nothing else that you can do. I mean it's if he would have gotten down on the apron before he tried to start wooing up Jeremy, there's high probability the truck with the old tires and greasy tires was going to break loose and slide back up the track. So, it's tough. I mean, it is. You are 100% correct. This is probably one of the top 3. I mean, and if not that, it's safely one of the top 5 hardest oval tracks as far as pitting, just because of the speed and just because of where you have to enter and how you have to enter. It's not an easy one for sure.
Because we got a half a lap left before we go back to green flag here. We're going to see who's able to cycle through. At least right now, I got Alex Zirkle up in P11. He got his lap back, what Steven Abbassed and Alejandro Khan. 12 through 15 is still 1 lap down. And one's on pit road. The other 3 are in the mix. I don't think they actually got their laps back. And hold on. They extended the caution by 1 lap as soon as the pace truck made the cut. So we're going to go 1 more lap. Not going green here. Not going green. See, the pace truck lights are on here. And we're going to figure out this. Maybe if we can get our Robert Martin, our race control in our YouTube chat to see what happened there and maybe get some insider information as to why we're holding. This will put the restart lap 118. So 13 lap shootout to the finish. This is where maybe those late set of tires that they took are going to come into play.
Yeah, it could have been because of with the way that everything was going, a number of trucks being caught, a lap down, taking the wave around, that it could have been they needed time to allow those cars to catch back up to the field. Known a lot of leagues to do that. It's a lot better than, trying to shortcut and, cut those drivers short that are just trying to get back around and get caught back up. It also prevents those drivers from making Kyle Busch-esque moves where they time the start perfectly and they just blast by everybody on the outside because of the length of track and just the way that the timing works. So, could be exactly what it is. And race control does say lapped cars not in position needed. So pretty much along the lines of what we had stated, Jeremy. They needed time to get everything racked and stacked back up. Pace truck off the track. We are lined up. 31. Jackson Clark leads the way. 45. Tyler Honeycutt. Green flag out. Tire spin out of the 31. Good heads up checkup. Oh man.
John Border Truck 7 gets the worst of that. He's also going to do tire spin and hits the outside wall, crosses over in front of somebody. Going to cause some black flags that race control has to clear due to not being their own fault. Chris Harrington in 77 also smashes the wall for turn 2 exit here. A lot of trucks making contact, a lot of tire spin, chaos on this 5th restart.
Chaos on the 5th restart, Jeremy, and it started up front. And out of the chaos comes the 72. Jonathan Gaston is now leading the way right now. He's got the 81. Garrett Spriggs hot on his heels. Tyler Honeycutt, Bobby Mantle duking it out right now for that 3rd position.
Good battle here. 3rd, 4th, 5th up for grabs. Race leader Jonathan Gaston just kind of inherits it as, restart issues happen and catching the caution at the right time by staying that late. Worked perfectly to the 72's favor, who has not really been in contention for the race lead. Maybe top 5, but Gaston could be accepting a huge prize, but don't call it just yet, because that Garrett Spriggs guy who's been stupid fast all race long. He's lurking. He's only 2 truck lengths back. Great exit corner there. 9 laps to go, 8 at the line.
Yeah, 8 laps to go at the line. The 81 is lurking there. And again, here's your top 10. Why do I bring this up? Because your top 4 right now, all on the same set of tires as far as pitting. Jackson
difference.
Clark, huge difference. That's where that tire spin came into play. 35 laps on that set of tires, and he was pacing the field. Tire spin is where that came from. Absolutely. The only other driver in the top 10 that's on the same strategy right now, starting to make his move just past Abram Ghostin right now, is the 64 of Danny White on the same strategy as your top 4.
Yeah, but they remain 5 single file, and they've got a huge gap over 6th on back. Over 5 seconds is your separation. Once more here as we complete the laps very quickly at Dover. It only takes 20-ish seconds a lap here, 6 laps to go. And race number 8 for the 2 tough 130. Gaston's actually kind of extended his lead a little bit as Spriggs has fallen back, and then Tyler Honeycutt, who's been gifted with that last caution too. Remember, he had that early issue. I thought maybe that was going to hurt him, but he's able to find his way somehow back up here.
Yeah, I mean, excellent rebound. You can't forget that 89 Bobby Mantle has led a lot of laps tonight. Still in contention to try to get that podium, but that story for the next 5 laps, Jeremy, is going to be driver 72, Jonathan Gaston. Looks very smooth up there as long as he keeps hitting those marks. He is gapping that 81 of Garrett Spriggs ever so slightly each lap. But we got contact back there. That's going to bring that caution out. Big time implications here, and that's not what the driver 72 of Jonathan Gaston wanted to see as he was stretching it out.
Man, I just talked about how Tyler Honeycutt was having a good turnaround there. Gonna get the points that he was looking for. And then Bobby Mantle, we had to love to hear the radio chatter on this one, but Bobby just drives it in 3 wide late in the going, sees the gap that's not really there, and then just FedEx full sends them. I guess UC or FSU full send University, packages them up, delivers them into the middle of the turn 1, turn 2 outside wall, and that's going to take out 2 of the Honeycutts as DJ Honeycutt finds the wall too.
Yeah, like you said, Bobby Mantle seen just a little bit of daylight, but it was a late entry into that corner, and that is all she wrote on that one there. And that's unfortunate, like you said. Took out 2 Honeycutts, both Tyler and DJ, but that one's going to hurt Tyler more than anything as he was sitting second in points, Jeremy. Only 3 out. That is going to hurt.
Yeah, we'll see what that looks like after repairs are made and tires are changed. But came into this thing 3 points out of the race, or the points lead, Dustin. And, well, and once again for the final 5 races, or 4 races for that matter, he's going to have to crawl his way back up there. But thankfully, the other 2 top runners not doing too hot. Danny White's been gifted 4th place, but what you got?
Yeah, and that's what I was going to talk about. I mean, if that didn't happen, Tyler could have finished 3rd, and with EJ sitting back just barely inside the top 20, Tyler was looking to have an excellent points night, possibly inherit the points lead. That has been wiped away.
Yeah, EJ sitting 18th, like you said. Danny White up to 3rd now, which all of a sudden could move this 64 from 3rd place to 1st. He's got a huge point jump over the 24 as long as that holds true, which EJ being 3 laps down doesn't have any room to gain any spots here. So I would imagine he's going to take over 2nd. And then at this time, Tyler Honeycutt now going to sit 1 lap down, 14th, and still on pit road. So he's going to probably lose a couple more. So watch out for the 64 on the scoring pylon for points. After this race is done, we might be looking at the new points leader in this chromed out 64.
Yeah, and it's going to be like this, Jeremy, because, I mean, all the drivers that are up there in points, they have all been super consistent. And, I mean, we've seen the points lead change every single week that we come in here. It's one driver, it's Luna one week, it's White another week, and back and forth. And now Tyler Honeycutt was making his way in there. It's going to be like that all season long, just because of the consistency of the drivers. And unfortunately, a lot of the reason why drivers end up losing that points lead like that is due to the misfortune of their fellow championship competitors. Just like tonight, Tyler Honeycutt set in line, geared to have an excellent points night, not just a race night, just an excellent points night. And now that's been flip-flopped, and out of nowhere, look, Danny White is here now to capitalize to have an excellent points night.
Green white checkered attempt number 2 of the 2026 season is going to happen here this time by, as we are at the scheduled 130 laps, and now we got 3 laps of continued overtime, which they have 2 more attempts at this if needed. Pace truck is down. Can Jonathan Gaston still lead the 81 Garrett Spriggs, or can Garrett pick up his 3rd checkered flag of the 2026 season? Here we go. 72 gets a decent start. A little late tire spin. Had to check up a little bit. Danny White's going to try to take 2nd place. Garrett, though, launches it deep into turn 2, or turn 1 for that matter. Great exit, and he's going to hit the wall. Almost crash it.
Almost crashes it. That puts him side by side now with Danny White. That's what Jonathan Gaston wanted to see as they work their way coming out of the corner. Now White flag out. 72, Jonathan Gaston trying to hold on. Garrett Spriggs, big push to the outside, side by side. 4 trucks nose to tail off the corner now. Another wall tag by the 81 of Spriggs as they come into turn 3 right now, side by side. Gaston trying to hold on. Big time, 3 wide back there for 2nd. Battle is for the win off the corner. 81, Garrett Spriggs gets the win on the high side.
Man, oh man, there was a lot of strong racing and then a lot of silliness there on that final lap there as Jonathan Gaston tries to close up that gap on the outside there. The 81 does not make it happen, and 3 wide with the 64. Danny White on the inside, going to hit the wall, lose a couple spots there, so going to ruin some of that points lead that he's going to have, or was going to have. I don't know how that's going to look now with him finishing back in 5th. And what a restart there, a lot of craziness. And Garrett Spriggs with the 3rd victory out of 8 races, Dustin. That's almost a 50% average for this 81.
Yeah, Garrett Spriggs was the first multi-race winner, followed up by Bobby Mantle in the 89. And now Spriggs adds the 3rd tally mark to that lineup there. 3 wins this season alone. Guy is on fire. That was a heck of a drive by Gaston on that one there. Gave it everything that he had there. And you could see and tell the frustration there at the end as he's seen the victory, especially before that last caution. Yeah, we seen that wall tag, by the way. Jeremy's going to call you out, Garrett. Don't worry about it. We got you, boo-boo. But he did not want to see that last caution as he had the 81 gap. And how a restart will flip-flop it, Jeremy, just like that.
Yeah, 100% there. And that 81, he barely touched the wall. Just scraped it. But that's a rule is a rule. It's black and white. So we'll be talking to him about that there. And we're going to get these top 3 gathered up. But here's the unofficial results here for race number 8. The 2 tough. 130, Garrett Spriggs, Jonathan Gaston, and Paulie Torrance. We'll be talking to them here momentarily. Jackson Clark and Danny White complete the top 5. 6 through 10 is Abram Ghostin, Steven Abased, Alejandro Khan, Alex Zirkle, and Bobby Mantle. And then 11th place driver Jared Hammond completes the drivers on the lead lap. 12th on back is 1 lap down or more, which 12 through 20 would be Bradley Berry, DJ Honeycutt, John Border, Dave Harrington, Dustin Franklin, EJ Luna, Donnie Honeycutt, Christopher Harrington, and Jonathan Hammond. And then 21st on back is Tyler Honeycutt, Bradley Miner, Curtis Noble, and Charlie Bass with the early exit from the wreck. They're on early in the race off a corner exit turn 2. We got our top 3, Dustin. So Victory Fuel post-race show is officially underway here, and we're going to bring in our 3rd place finisher, driver the number 6. Mr. Paulie Torrance, congratulations, man, on a pretty solid performance all night long.
Yeah, it was a good run. One of the tracks that I felt most comfortable at this year, which was nice. I kept it up there with Bobby the first half of the race, and was pretty happy the way that I ran.
Yeah, you started up in second place. You kind of tinkered with top 5, top 10 all night long, and then you had to survive the crazy chaotic restart there to end this thing off. And how was the race vibe out there for you? The caution count was kind of low, but the action was pretty strong, and it didn't matter what was thrown at you. You just kind of did your thing and held on for a great finish.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun out there. Once the tires started wearing off, it got a little hard to pass on the inside. So anybody that had a run on the outside was just planted there. But no, I mean, it was a lot of fun.
Very good, man. Well, congratulations getting your team old dogs up there in the top 3. You and I think Gaston even too, right? So
Yeah.
both top 3 there. So fantastic stuff. Any shout outs you want to give out before we let you go here tonight?
My buddy Stratton that watches every week. My mom, she watches every week. Any of my other friends that watch every week. You guys for doing this every week. The Honeycuts for putting on a great league. Um, just happy to be here. Happy to racing with some good guys.
Very good. Awesome stuff, man. We'll catch you next Tuesday here at 9 o'clock Eastern once more for the 9th race of the season. And have a good rest of your night, sir.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir. That's Paulie Torrance, position number 3 here. Now we got Jonathan Gaston lined up for second place. Another one of the old dog drivers here. Jonathan Gaston, what's going on, man?
Oh, not much. Just rubbing my lucky rabbit's foot here.
I mean, you started up there in the top half of the field, P6, so strong qualifying effort. You kind of ran mid-pack a little bit, and then I would say that final caution before the overtime just drastically put you in a great spot. But I'm sure when you saw that caution come out there right before the white flag, you were kind of like, man, that was mine, right?
Yeah, this thing was on rails when it was out front. These trucks are so aero dependent. We were just talking about that in the waiting room. Man, when I got out front, it felt like a whole different truck. I was throwing down good lap times, and I wasn't sure if I was going to make it to the end. I had 4 laps to go when the caution came out, and I was sweating bullets there.
Well, when that final restart happened, you had a decent launch there, maybe a little touch of tire spin, but what do you think you could have done different? Because Garrett was so strong at diving it to the outside and making it stick, and you gave it all you could. The back straightaway that got really hairy. You were able to have the nose advantage. Is there anything you could have done on the inside that could have maybe changed that result?
I think I should have ran a little bit higher line. I just wasn't comfortable up there all night. I tried to run the high line earlier in the race. It just didn't feel comfortable to me. I knew I had my teammate behind me, so I really wasn't worried about him. But I should have protected going into 1 and 2 more. And then Garrett got into the fence, and I thought, oh man, I had it. And so I went ahead and stayed low in 3 and 4, and he pulled me coming out of 4, and I kind of tried to break his momentum, but it was a little too late, and spun her across the start-finish line and ended up in the wall.
Yeah, that it did, man. And you still held on for P2. Great stuff, man. That truck 72 was fast all night long. And congratulations on the solid finish. Any shout outs you want to give out before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to my students at Dodger County High School. Shout out to Bourbon Hills Barbecue, Hall Drilling, Tom's Tire, Precision Design, and Gaston's Graphics. And always shout out to my wife. Shout out to you guys for putting on a heck of a show. I love showing your guys' broadcasts in my classes. Talk about how they need to tune in and share your guys' broadcasts. And shout out to the guys for putting on the league. And we'll see what we can do next week.
Love to hear it, man. Appreciate that. Awesome to hear. And then, yeah, we'll do it all again next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you then.
See ya.
All right, there we go. And we're going to fill up the classroom TV next or this week here.
Right?
And
I like that, man. That's kind of cool. You know what? I tell you what, I would love to shout out the classroom. That'd be kind of neat, man. And that's the kind of support that the sim racing community, especially as broadcasters, Jeremy, that we get to have with these leagues, these drivers. We get to know and understand them on more of a personal, standard than a lot of the other people out there that are watching. Just know them as a driver name and number. So kind of cool.
yeah, that's super cool. And he's going to be showcasing this one because he got P2 tonight, right? So As we got one driver left, Dustin. Victory Field, Victory Lane is open, and it's open for this guy, number 81, Mr. Three-time winner of the 2026 season, almost with the 50 percentile win record, Garrett Spriggs. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. That restart was crazy there at the end. That green light checkered.
Yeah, it was very crazy. I was just telling Jonathan how much did you hate that final caution that came out right before the white flag, and he thought it was his because the truck felt so good on that fresh air.
Yeah.
But then the caution happened, and your truck, for whatever reason, just sticks to the outside super well. How tough on that restart were you on that truck to get that truck to hang tight on the outside?
Yeah, I drove into one on that restart. I was 3/4 throttle and I never even budged at all. I just try to get on his right rear quarter panel to pack the air on there, and it worked. And then we got tied off of 2, and then I thought we were gonna put 3 or 4 wide there out of 2, and I just stayed in it and ended up working out for me. So that was pretty fun.
Now that qualifying P14 didn't showcase the speed on the track here during the race. Was there just a little miscue on the qualifying setup, or what was the case there? Because yeah, you just climbed through the field real quick.
Yeah, my money lap, I clipped the apron in the middle of 3 and 4, just barely. It may have been net code, whatever, but that was enough to just ruin my lap. And the whole field was like within 1 or 2 tenths, like first to 17th. So I mean, we were all pretty close to just biding my time, avoiding wrecks, and was able to get up through there.
Yeah, 10-4 on that. I also saw coming to the white flag, you had a choice to go to the bottom or top, and I saw you jolt the wheel left, but ultimately the outside was the way to go. Did you have any doubt that you were going to not go to the inside and only stick to the top, or what was the case there?
I had no doubts I was going the outside. I don't care if the 72 went there too. I was going the outside. It's the only way I had any kind of pace. Right front was wore out a little bit from that little bit of run we had before, so it was no doubt I was picking the outside there, keep momentum up.
10-4, man. And even though you barely scraped the wall, I got to call you out for hitting the wall on your burnout there. It's just a thing I do
Yeah.
on their TV. You did it. You scraped it twice, I think. So I won't give you too much flack because you just barely touched it. And for 3 wins, it's worth it, right?
Yeah, that's a rookie move. But
Rookie move for a 3-time winner. Hear that, Dustin?
I heard that rookie move, man. That's bold statements there, Cotton.
He's a professional. These burnouts. Now he's got 3 wins.
good stuff.
Yes, sir. Any call out, shout outs, anything before we let you go?
Yeah, as always, Speedy Skins, Roderick Customs, Full Cosmetic Repair, Rugged Radios, my boys Curtis and Alex, everyone who helps me in real life and on the sim, I'm very thankful for that.
For that, man. Congratulations. 3rd win of the season. Go ahead and celebrate, and we'll catch you next Tuesday.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man. Garrett Spriggs, winner tonight's Too Tough 130, presented by Ghost Motorsports. For the team name in the race, who saw the highest Ghost Motorsports driver in P6. And going to be filled with old dogs there with 2nd and 3rd. Great showing by a lot of the teams. There's a lot of diversity in the teams throughout this top 10.
Yeah, there really was. I mean, and that's great because it's gonna shake up those team standings. You know, they're trying to battle it out, duke it out. It was great. Great showing by Old Dogs. I mean, both Gaston and Torrance, I mean, did fantastic job. Excellent job by Spriggs. I mean, committing to the outside, sticking it there. Excellent drag race off of turn 4 down the front stretch to the start finish line for the checkered. Fantastic finish to Dover, Jeremy. I mean, had a couple cautions in there, but that's Dover, baby. They don't call it the Monster Mile for nothing. That's to be expected. But overall, I mean, good racing action all the way around. Fantastic finish. Probably one of the finishes here as of late that I was able to sit here and get excited about, and it felt like a good last lap call. This track definitely produced. So fantastic job by the drivers over here at OTSS. I can't wait to see what happens for the rest of the season, Jeremy.
Yeah, me too, man. The last 4 races are going to be bangers for sure. I can't wait to see them. And thank you, Empower Ed, for sponsoring the OTSS Select Series. And I'll restack them again next Tuesday, 9 p.m. for OTSS. And then we also have one other league, Smoky Mountain Sim Racing Cup Series. That'll be on Thursdays, including this Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central. So tune into that on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook if you want to do the Facebook venture. But you guys, until then, stay safe, get your nerd on, Dustin, what you got for him?
And as always, it is not goodbye, just till next time. Stay nerdy out there.
Touchscreen and louder to the range. Fuel burns in the glow of the pixel blaze. The rubber moves roll with a fist clenched tight. Your TV lights up the endless night. Fight to fight, we live the speed. No TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats pounding, engines cry. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racer staring through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm. Digital warriors breaking the norm. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racer staring through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm. Digital warriors breaking the norm. Fight to fight, we live the speed. The TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats pounding, engines cry. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Through each hairpin, a battle unfolds. Victory forged in the fire of the bold. Neon dreams fuel the tracks we tear. Nerd TV shows us who dares to care. Fight to fight, we live the speed. Nerd TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats pounding, engines cry. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Touchscreen and louder to the range. Fuel burns in the glow of the pixel blaze. The rubber moves roll with a fist clenched tight. Your TV lights up the endless night. Fight to fight, we live the speed. No TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats pounding, engines cry. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racer staring through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm.